De crucero con Manny Vargas y Pablo Roach to the most southern tip upon this west coast, a place where not too many people know or even go. You can ask Gregorio, Mauricio, and Shadow. Bodyboarding por vida, and I shoot like tequila. The agua limpia, fresca, jugo tapina. No más carga, no más melía. Sí, estrictamente chronic, insensimilla. Recuperado desde Chiva, despierto. Pesadilla, he visto la salida del sol and I've been following. Paisa de los cabos. De crucero con Manny Vargas y Pablo Roach to the most southern tip upon this west coast, a place where not too many people know or even go. You can ask Gregorio, Mauricio, and Shadow. Bodyboarding por vida, and I shoot like tequila. The agua limpia, fresca, jugo tapina. No más carga, no más melía. Sí, estrictamente chronic, insensimilla. Recuperado desde Chiva, despierto. Pesadilla, he visto la salida del sol and
There it is. How about now? Gosh, what happened there? I think I know what happened, guys. We got a new microphone and OBS probably didn't pick it up. So I'm pretty sure we got sound now. I can see the meter going. But let's start from the top. Why not? 2011 Encanto Pro is what we're going to talk about today. I pulled up some of the photos from my photo website. Actually, we're going to go to my photo website and pull some photos from there. And then we're going to go to watch the video. You know what? I still don't have the highlight film, the 25 to 30 minute snakes and ladder video. I'm still waiting for Seamus. I'm going to reach out to Pete. Pete is snakes and ladders, and I think if he's not busy, would be able to send those over. But what I did find, and it's just a follow-up from what happened on that last week, and we're going to hear Damian King, as he did win the Drop Knee World Championship, or became the world champion in the drop knee division at this event. So I found the video of Kingy talking about his world title win in the drop knee division. So we're going to definitely see that, and a bunch of photos of the Encanto Pro. So why don't we go there now? Let me pull up some of the photos right here. I think there it is. So I'm just sharing my screen. That's what we're going to do here. And Jackson, we saw this on Pitted, and this is, let me see if I can make this a little bigger for you guys. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Gosh, I love OBS. So good. So good. All right, there we go. That'll give us a nice clean photo. I might even make it a little bigger. How do you guys feel about that? OBS is the bomb. So we're going to see nice, clean, crisp photos from this point on. And yeah, so this photo, there's the little cabanas that we stayed in. The staff were put maybe 3 to 5 miles down the road from the actual event. And yeah, this was a pretty epic session. Finish off the day a little early, then we can head off and enjoy some of Puerto Rico for ourselves. So that was the photo Jackson pulled up. And I'm just going to go around and just pull up some photos that I have on my screen. But the two guys that really work together as far as the cameras and the angles and everything is Seamus Makeham, who is pretty much in charge of all the cameras and making sure that everybody was well fed, hydrated, and made sure that, you know, the cameramen and camera women were taken care of. And from the Canary Islands, we have Kaha. Kaha is one of those guys who would show up no matter what. If he had a broken arm or broken leg, he would still show up to work. And I got to give him props for that. That was, you know, it's hard to find those workers that come out and then, you know, put in the time because they are there to work. So Kaha and Seamus holding it down. And let's see what photo we got here. I believe this is, can I zoom in on that? You know what? Let's just go a little bigger. You guys cool with that? All right. So yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. So in this photo, it looks like we do have the judges. Chico Garitano is in the very back with the glasses. And you know what? One of the most important people in this photo is this lady right here. Her name is Natasha, who is now the wife of Jared Houston. But without her being the leader to take the reins to have a world tour event in Puerto Rico, you know, it wouldn't be what it was. It was a very organized event. Everything was nailed down. The schedules were on point. The facilities, like everything of this event was on point, and it was, you know, given to this lady right here, all the cred. Of course, she is a great leader to be able to you know, put together an amazing team to make it all freaking run seamlessly. So Natasha, we miss you. Great job. The Encanto Pro was, you know, it's a huge undertaking to be able to put together a world-class event in your backyard. And she did just that. So here's a great photo of Joanna Shanker, Nuesa, and Roxanne. And they were all smiles, and they showed up for, you know, competition. I don't know if I have any photos, but I think Nuesa and her brother, Evo, they had a house down the road. and they invited me over. And when I went over there, I just felt like I was one of the family. Turns out their family, Ivo and Nuessa, their family own a restaurant in Portugal, and obviously they knew what they were doing because that was one of the best barbecues I've ever been to, and they took me in as one of their own. Next thing I know, I'm high as a kite and having the best barbecue, I think, of that whole trip, and it was all given credit to Ivo and Nuessa's hospitality. So thank you so much for that. That was freaking incredible. So this was the beach middles, and there's a huge sandbank that you have to go up and over to get to the waves, which were, reminiscent to me as like off the wall on the North Shore. It was freaking pretty amazing. And then, there was tents along the beach, and I think this screen showed the live feed with the live scores and everything. So that was very cool. This was right on the beach. Mark McCarthy just chilling out. But yeah, I went around taking photos of all the locals and all the riders. Let's see if we can find one. Yeah, I think I had a modeling photo shoot with Steve Action Jackson. Look at that handsome man. You're seeing this by photo on here because this is my photo website where I send people to go download their photos from surf trips. But yeah, look at this handsome man. We had an epic photo session. Man, some of these are pretty good. Jackson, we need to update our, when we update our Book Life cover page, we might have to pull it from there. That you have a lot of good ones. This was Begonia, pre-commentator, competitor. Yeah. And I think that's Ruth back behind her. I think they both were living in Puerto Rico at the time. I'm not 100% sure, but always smiling, always good peeps. Man, I have a lot of photos in here. I'm just going to pull up a few more of the gang. And yeah, this was one of those events where not only the males were killing it, but also the female riders that showed up to compete. And who's in this photo here? I believe, gosh, I don't know who that is. Yeah, I can't tell. But it was just a whole friggin' crew of people ready to, compete, but also take it all in and enjoy what Puerto Rico had to offer. I think this is Katarina, and is that Sadi? That might be Sadi O'Hara. Yep, there it is. So happy. I'm pretty sure that's Sadi. And here's this is what the crew did. The production crew, we had a little bit of time to ourselves. So we walked down the beach, and we walked down the beach, and a couple of us got high and just started taking photos of like this kind of shit. This is all stony baloney photos. But yeah, it was pretty epic. There we are. That's what we did on our time off for, a few hours. But we went out, grabbed some photos and some waves out in the water. That was fun. But we're only having fun when the work is done. So here's the event going on with some of the judges judging. Teza always making sure shit got done. That was his job, and he did it very, very well. So Teza, hope to see him in the future. I'm just going through a couple more photos. I think that's Colucci. I could be wrong. Always Colucci and probably Altuve. The cool thing about having the event in Puerto Rico was the international contingent, and also because it was close to their homes, you got a lot of riders from the neighboring islands, like I believe that's the Dominican Republic flag. So there was a huge crew there. And of course we had Kalani Latanzi and his mom were on hand for the event, but look how big it got on some of the days. You can see the waves in the background. But yeah, Kalani and Uri Valadao, the Brazilians came out in force. Let's see what else we got here. Yep, Guilherme, always styling, looking good, looking solid. Jackson, I know you're watching. I forgot who won this event. Would you happen to know? I know, did Kingy win the drop knee and the world title? Jeez, that's 11 years ago, dude. I know your memory is a little better than mine. So Cesar Bauer was on hand. competing in the Drop Knee World Championship. And I think he may have won it the year after this, 2012, Cesar Bauer. But yeah, just a huge, and gosh, these were the golden years. 2011, 2012 World Tour with the likes of Mitch Rollins, who we all thought was just, a free rider. And here he is making his presence known on the World Tour. But yeah, Thomas Rigby, after, almost winning that first event at Pipeline in 2011. But then here it is. Here's pretty much explains the night life. Just getting, gasolina pouches and just getting shit faced. Not every night. It was, we knew when to party. Oh boy. Yeah. So this is just the beginning. Oh man. Do I have a picture of Party in a Pouch? I think Coors Light sponsored it. There's the Hurricane. That was Juan Santos taking advantage of some of the corporate sponsor deliciousness. But oh my God. Yurai. And this was the opening day, I believe, opening ceremony. So everybody was having a good time, but we all maintained because we all had to work the next day. But wow, look at this crew. That's pretty solid. Canary Islands and Bago right in the middle. Good times. All right. So get down to business. And gosh, if the organizers knew how many eyes were going to hit the webcast, I think we would have dressed up the web booth a little bit nicer. Just flowers on the side, just making it look more welcoming rather than just a banner in the background. And I didn't know this until, 2012, where actually people took notes like, holy shit, there's, thousands of people watching the webcast. So why don't we make it look nice in the web booth and the commentators booth? And slowly and surely they did. And they made it look nice. I don't know if it was this event or not, but yeah, there's Jackson. I think we had a free surf. Actually, no, Mark Dale, who I just saw the other day at this expo here in San Diego called Carve. Mark Dale was here in San Diego, and I got to hang out with him and see him. And yeah, as awesome as ever. And I told him when I first saw him, I'm like, Mark, I missed you so much. And I've been telling everybody that some of the best years of my pro bodyboarding career, I guess you want to call it, were with you when you were the Town and Country marketing manager for the bodyboard division. And I think the surf too, but yeah, you took care of me so much and you taught me a lot on the marketing side. So I thank you 100% for doing that. One of the things you said when we were cruising around, doing the marketing things and signing posters and giving away stuff around the world, you said, Manny, first one ready is the one that waits the longest. And I dissected that all the way through front and back. And it pretty much says, be ready, but just know if you're going in a group, you're not going anywhere until that last person is ready. So I try to figure out how to be the second to last so I wouldn't get blamed for being late, but still not feeling the pressure of being ready. Like you have time because that last person is the one that we're going to wait for. So yeah, Jackson and I went down the road with Mark Dale. Gosh, I forgot where we went and who we went with. Like, who did we take with us? I know it was me, you, and oh, wow. Shit. I got some waves. Look at that. I need to put this on my freaking gram. So yeah, we found some waves, got some drop knee, and I freaking was running around with that freaking GoPro on my helmet, which got shitty ass footage. Nothing coming out of that. But Mark Dale, look at that carve. I love that thing. Jackson, I think Jackson got a couple waves in there. I don't know who that is. But Chris Burkhart was on hand too. Oh shit. I need to pull these out of the forecast. Out of the My website. Jeez. All right. So here's some photos that I took from land during the event. You know, Winnie freaking was on hand, just freaking crushing it. We also had, oh my God, that thing's sick right there. Look at that. Crack. Dave Winchester. Holy crap. So, oh, Micah McMullen. That's right. Jackson just chimed in. You can see it on the screen there. So Micah McMullen was that other person. I think Burks. I don't know. Burks was on hand too. Oh no, that was a different trip. That was a promotion trip years earlier. But yeah, I mean, Kingy, oh, Devin Ricky. I don't know if you guys know Devin Ricky. He's a Florida kid and just freaking killing it. Is that Devin Ricky? I know he was there. But yeah, Mark McCarthy. Oh my God, who's throwing this backhand slash attack? Good Lord. The DK was just off the charts. It was freaking pretty awesome to watch and witness and call. God, I want to say that's Devin Ricky, but I don't remember his board being looking like a Mach 7 SS. Dub was on hand. I think he's may have won 1 or 2 world titles before that, or 10. But yeah, so the drop knee was freaking so good to watch because this wave caters to drop knee. It had a very punchy takeoff. You could probably get barreled on the takeoff, and but it just opened up these huge faces for you to just dig the rail and throw some fans and off the tops. And it wasn't like super punchy, so you were able to do like, you know, pretty smooth off the tops. Gosh darn it, look at this freaking backhand from Sasha Specker. Jesus. That is sick. I need to make note of this. Can I download this? I'm going to put this on. Yeah, let's download this bad boy. I'm putting it on the desktop. I'm going to download it. That deserves to get some eyes on it. That's going to go on Instagram. It's going to go everywhere because that is freaking amazing. But what do you guys think? Which photo is the best out of these? I'm going to play the sequence and you guys tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that looks so sick. 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So what do you guys, 6 or 7? We'll call that 1, 2, 3. So out of those 3, what do you guys think? 1, 2, or 3? Then I'll freaking download one and put it up on Boog Life. That was sick. So Sasha, who's this guy grabbing rail? That's Sasha on his front hand. Where's the dub photos? Wow, look at this floater. Sasha was just fucking killing it. How did he not win the event? Did he win the event? Jackson? No, you're watching? Maz was on hand. Maz always freaking throwing it down. Yeah. So yeah, Devin Ricky. Pretty sure that was him. Oh, Cesar Bauer. Sick one. Damn, that looks nice and crispy. Okay, I'm gonna go through this and add more photos. I'm gonna put like a little gallery up on Boog Life right after we hang up. But Cesar, woo, became world champion. I think the next year. Don't quote me on that, but oh, I remember this photo. Look at that shot of Dub just flying. Huge floater off of that section. I think he did pull it. That looks like a Roach photo. Holy crap. Did he pull it? Yeah. Okay, Jackson chimed in. He says he thinks Dub won the event, but Kingy won the title. So that makes sense. All right, so there it is. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, and oh my God, who's that? Oh, that's Dub again. Wow. Sitting on gold here. I'm sitting on gold. All right, so now the DK went through, and then the women went out in this day where I was able to take photos. That's either Minami or Sadi, but I think that's when I first met Minami. She was young bodyboarder, up and comer from Japan, and came out just firing. She was super young. Gosh, I don't even remember. Carla Costa Taylor back then. Now I think, yeah, they've been divorced for I don't know how long, but Alistair Taylor and Carla married, had a couple kids, and divorced, and now I think Carla's back in the water, Alistair's in the water. So at least they're both in the water. So it's just freaking, which is good. Yeah. So Isabella Sosa, I think my guess is Isabella won this event. Jackson, do we have do we know that the answer to that? But yeah, there she is, Natasha. Here's a photo of Natasha. Where is she? Coming out of the water. Oh my God. Yeah, there was just freaking incredible riding the whole event. All right, who's in this photo? It's the Japanese team. Amazing. All right, so I don't know who was in who won the women's event. Sorry, again, this is freaking 15 years ago, but it was an amazing event with incredible riding. And yeah, here's Natasha coming out, and I think she came out to hug her mom. Oh no, that's Lumar. Came out and hugged Lumar because I think Natasha made it through that heat. And yeah, just so stoked. Not only did she spend hours and hours putting the event together, but took the time to get out there and compete as well. Gosh. And this is pretty much describes her hospitality. Everybody around her is so happy and smiling, and she just got out of the heat and was able to take the time to do that. So Natasha, we love you. We miss you. Hope you're doing good. There he is. Mark Dale. Love him. And now the commentator's booth, again, one of the places where we could dress it up a little bit more, but I think for what it was good enough. It was good enough. But yeah, and the Hurricane, Teza and Juan Santos, to me, some of the best beach announcers in our sport for sure. I mean, and Juan Santos speaks Portuguese, Spanish, English, and he can get away with, making you think that he can speak Russian and any other language that you don't know. He can make it sound like he does know. Oh my God, look at it. So many sick action shots. I don't know who that is, but it's still a sick shot. Jackson chimed in. We met Minami and Sadi at 2011 Pipeline Pro. Sadi was 15. So Minami, I'm going to guess, was like 13. But yeah, pretty insane to be able to meet them. So here's inside. This is, you think we were this fancy, they put them in this air conditioned fancy, booth. But this is the webcast office. This is like plywood put on this 10 by 10 big old structure. And their space was so tight and probably just friggin' hot and sweaty in there. But they did it. And they did an amazing job. That's Pete Moore sweating his ass off. And the guys, Nacho and his crew from the Canary Islands, were able to pull it off. 15 years ago, the tech was way different back then. Now one person can freaking pull off, doing what they did. Probably not at that level, but the time and effort they did, or that they put into it, showed in the final results. And yeah, they did an incredible job. So Sasha, he was the photographer on the tour, and Shaggy was in charge of the communication, the newsletter, and getting all the little bits of information out to the people. What else do we got here? So yeah. Oh yeah. Mike McMullen. We went out to go eat. So Mark took care of us a few times where we went out on the town, and that's cool. We got on the CVV cam in one of these shops. But yeah, so yeah, we went around. Oh my God. I don't have mofongo, but any one of these places will have chicken, rice, and beans. Anywhere you go, you can get that. Mofongo is plantains deep fried. And I think they put some goodies inside of it. Oh my God. Steve Action Jackson and the beautiful Eunate. holding it down in the commentator's booth. I mean, how can you not be in love with this woman? She's absolutely beautiful and smart. It's incredible. All right, we're going to keep moving. So yeah, I mean, all the happy faces. I see a couple Japanese riders in there, Venezuela riders, and there was waves the whole time. Yep, the whole crew, Jimbo. What else do we got? So we're coming down to the end. Such an epic event, Jackson. It was freaking pretty awesome to have you there and be a part of it with you. Don't know. Let's see who's. Oh, I think that's Natasha back here with that turbo. And that's Neymara. There she is, Natasha, all smiles. Oh, I just noticed. Jared Houston's back there. What up, Jared? But yeah, an incredible event. Thank you so much. We got a couple of the Brazilians, and yeah, back to the top. So those are some of my photos that I was able to pull out of, being able to pull out my camera and take photos. But I know I've got a few more, including the video of Steve Action Jackson going through his MacGyver bag. That's about a half hour long. So I think for the next day or so, I'm going to go look for those videos. I know they're in there somewhere, but there was one hard drive in 2012 that was one of those bigger ones that I had. And I'm not going to name names, but somebody wanted photos off it and used a European power supply and fried it. I'm hoping, I don't know what was on it, but I'm hoping the Encanto, some of the stuff that happened later in the year, like Encanto and Fronton, those may have been on that hard drive, but I don't know. I have some here. I'm going to keep digging and trying to look for those. But for now, what I did pull for the second story is the Damian King video that I was able to pull off the web. And that's what we're going to watch is Kingy's highlight. I think it's maybe a handful of minutes long. I'm not 100% sure, but here it is. This is the Encanto Pro, 2011 Encanto Pro, Damian King highlight, the DK World Champ of 2011.
Yesterday I won the Drop Knee World title, a tour which I'd been chasing all year. I've been bodyboarding for about 20 years. I started bodyboarding because it was a pretty big boom in the early 90s and it seemed like it was the thing to do. Ever since I started, I just haven't looked back, and it's always been, I always just liked riding waves really, and just started getting good at it. Started getting sponsorships, and one thing led to another, and I started getting paid and won my first world title in 2003, 4, and then the second in 2004 and 5. Yeah, now, 8 years later or something, I won a Drop Knee World title, and I still got some more in the tank for the Prone. Obviously, I'd love to win another Prone World title. I just got to focus on these next 2 contests and re-qualifying for next year, and that's the plan. Yeah, so it's pretty easy to get hooked up on, the Drop Knee World title and just been pretty stoked about that. We had a few beers and all that last night. It was good times, and it was just a good win because it only happened, just happened in the last 5 seconds, and it made it pretty exciting. But I just got to forget about that now. The Prone's going to kick off tomorrow. I've got a pretty hard heat, first heat, Mitch and Winnie. I need a first and second in both of my next 2 heats. It's just a matter of kind of just refocusing now, and I want to do well in this contest. I'd love to make the semis or final in this event. I've got to get through these next couple of heats and take one step at a time, take one heat at a time. I feel good, feel ready, but I just got a very hard heat. The guys are good. Just need a little bit of luck and just need to be on my game tomorrow and see how we go. The conditions are pretty big today. It was like 10 feet today. A little bit big for this spot, and the direction was a bit sus too, but over the next couple of days, the wind's going to back off and go offshore. The swell's going to drop off a bit. And this wave's a really cool wave. It kind of has a big wedge in it with sections on the end. So You know, you'll see some good riding going down, some good tubes, some good airs off the first section and that closeout section on the end, some good reverse airs. It's not like a dangerous reef like you see in Eureka. So you're going to see guys going for it. It's really good for reverse airs and things like that. So I think that suits the Australian riding a lot. I like the wave. It reminds me of a wave at home, North Wall. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out there. It should be good.
All right, so there it is. Yeah, Kingy, walked away with the world title in 2011 in the drop knee division. So that was pretty cool. And to be able, I mean, I think he was on the verge. Like was he able to pull off a win in DK and prone in the same year? I think we chatted about that bit. Not 100% sure, but Jackson, was that the one time where that would have been possible? Because that would have been pretty sick. There you go. That was just a quick little throwback. I mean, Jackson, everybody watching, I know we can just sit here and just go through every photo and then just chat away with everybody, who could chime in and just say, hey, I was there, I was doing that, I remember this and I remember that. And yeah, we can just do, an full hour of just reminiscing with just, your photos or my photos or all of our photos. But maybe we do part 2. I mean, doesn't mean we can't do it, because we are sitting on a lot of gold here and the memories are so epic to go back and see, and give credit to those that put in the time and effort back in the day, and some way of just leaving their legacy, like Kingy in 2011. All right, you guys, big shout out to the Boog Life Pipeline patrons. Perfect. Jackson, we forgot to give away the box, the blue box. The blue box I have right here is full of goodies, bodyboard goodies that I had laying around the house. So there's actually the second place trophy for, is it second place? I think Dub gave me one of his trophies from the Bocas Invitational. Yeah, so the second place trophy from the Bocas Invitational, that was David Hubbard's trophy, is in here. There's some heat transfers. There's a bunch of cool stuff, stickers. And somebody won it last week, and I threw it out to them. They did not come back with a response. So what I'm going to do is raffle it off to the Boog Life Pipeline patrons. And I'm going to name you guys off from 1 to 10. And 1 is going to be from active Pipeline patrons. And 1 would be the person who has been around the longest. And on my list, it's Corey DeGia. Thank you, Corey. September 16th, 2017. You've been a Pipeline patron. I thank you so much. Corey, you're going to be 1. Big Todd, you are 2. JG 3. Chris 4. Trevor 5. Ernie 6. Eric 7. Jordan, you're 8. Mike Strawley, you're 9. And that tall guy, David, you're number 10. All right, so let me pull up my little random picker. I have 1 through 10. There it is. Oh. And the generator is going to tell me number 9, Mike Strawley. I'm going to reach out to you. I know you'll respond back. So, Mike, I'm going to email you and ask for your address, and I'm going to send this blue box over to you. I think you're on the East Coast, so that'll be easy. I'll get this in the mail as soon as you hit me back with your address. And yeah, again, if you want to buy some Boog Life merch, including some Aaron Lloyd legacy slides from some of the old school riders like Ben Severson, Pat, the whole crew, Kisasaki, and some of the newer generation too. Like I got a GT in there. Just go to Water Bean Warehouse, use a search box, type in bodyboarder's name, and you'll see what slides I have available, photos I have available of them. Small percentage is going to the rider in the photo. And also I got some wave photos that I had on my cameras Book Life merch. And yeah, there's some really cool Paul Roach stuff in there too. And again, we got a couple more spots left on Cabo Freak Fest. If you guys are down, let me know. That's coming up pretty quick in August 25th or 26th through September 2nd. Sorry, July. It's coming up in July 26th to August 2nd, I believe. But if you want to get some good waves, good fun with fellow bodyboarders, and just explore Land's End, Cabo San Lucas, Los Cabos, this is a good trip to go on. So yeah, I'm really stoked to get back out there. And up next, it's the Frontone event 2011. So I've been looking the hard drives for more goodies. And yeah, so be ready for that next week, 6 o'clock. Thank you guys for chiming in. Love to have you guys every week. So there it is. Jackson, I'll be reaching out to you. We'll get pitted scheduled. Until then, I'll see you guys in the water or on the net. Boom. We're out of here.